Hi everyone, my name is Jack Bergquist. I'm the National Sales Manager for AA Driving School, here today to just give you a quick run through of our e-learning platform, how to log in, how to get started, how to run through the content. Hopefully it'll appear pretty straightforward once you see the walkthrough, just helps you get over those first few hurdles though. So first up, you will have received a welcome email from us. Congratulations for coming onto the platform. And you will have been set a username. Your username is in 99% of the cases your work email address or your personal email address. You will have seen in the welcome email if it is something different, and you will have already set a password. So you come through to this login screen. Pretty straightforward, you log into the system. Now, for those clients who have asked to have the safe driving policy or your driver policy loaded into the system, this is the first screen that you will see. The system will keep pushing you to come back and review this policy if you haven't done so already. For reference, I would advise using Google Chrome where possible, as this is the most stable browser using this system. You can use other platforms, but Chrome is typically the best one to use. So if you can use Chrome, I would certainly advise doing that just to make things go very smoothly. So we come onto this policy review screen, click on review. You will have your company's safe driving policy in here unless we don't have a policy from your business at the time of launching, in which case we will be getting one if this policy module is turned on. So if you do see this AA motoring version, please just read and understand. But obviously if your company's one is in here, please do read through this policy very carefully just to make sure that you're happy with everything that it contains, because this will be obviously the details that your organization will be holding you accountable for using one of their assets, essentially, for using their vehicles or using your own vehicle when driving for work. So it is very important. This is the key, this is your key agreement with the business in terms of safe driving for work. So if you're happy with this, you can read, understand, and accept. If you're unhappy about any content within this policy, please hit decline, and you can enter in a little pop-up box pops up, and you can put in what reason it is that you're declining this. This will be sent to your manager or your health and safety administrator or whoever we have as an admin on the system. And I'm sure they will be in touch with you pretty shortly to arrange a time to sit down and have a discussion about what the issue is and hopefully fix any roadblocks that may exist. So in this instance, we're just going to hit read, understood, and accept. So that is that done. Next step, pretty simple, jump into my details. You will see some basic stuff that's been added into here. Again, if information like division cost centers and things do need to be set up for your business, this will be done in advance. If you'd like to put your job title in, you're more than welcome to, but it's not essential for the system. Really, what you're doing here is just verifying that the information in here is correct. So you shouldn't need to add anything in. This will update your details. So pretty simple so far. So then what we do is we go back to this dashboard option on the top left. This is your kind of centerpiece for the whole system. As a next step, I would suggest doing the risk profiler. Now, this is a pretty basic set of questions. Really what this is doing is just allowing a very, very quick reference point for your business just to understand where you potentially sit on the risk scale. There are no negatives to filling this in, so please do it honestly. It's really just helping to provide a really quick reference point for your organization. So you've got your driving experience, how often, how much you're driving every year. If you're using your vehicle off-road, I would also include if you're regularly driving on gravel or unsealed roads on this category as well. If you've had any faults, we would really advise you including personal faults as well. So any faults in terms of driving on the road. And then also third-party claims, if you've been unfortunate enough that someone else has hit you. And then how often is your mobile phone being used? This also includes hands-free. So if you're using your phone hands-free, which in all fairness you should be doing if you are using your phone in the vehicle, we would advise against phone use as much as possible, but we do realize that sometimes you do need to use it. Please answer that as well. Now, what we'll see, now that we've answered this, these questions will lock. So you only get one shot at these. So please make sure you do it to the best of your ability. And you'll then see the risk profiler has turned green in my case, which is indicating a low risk. This could be amber or it could also be red, depending on your risk level. So that's the basic stuff all out of the way. One last piece in here that you can choose to fit in. Again, this may depend on your employer. We do have a training certification section in here. This will allow you to add any training that you may have done. You can obviously select other providers as well. What we can do is we can come in here and we can say, right, so we've done a Defensive Driving Plus course. You can put in the date of when it's happened. You can also put in the date of when it is due to happen again. If you have done an AA course, we typically recommend courses are redone every 2 years. So we can also just come in here and just pop all of this information in here. If you do have a certificate, you can also load this. For any clients using this platform, any additional training that is done via the AA, we will load this into your data set ourselves from our end. So you will always have an electronic register, an electronic copy of any of the training you've done inside the system. So you won't have to worry about that if you're doing an AA training course. So we jump back onto the dashboard. Last but not least, the core reason that you're in here, this is the training assessment. This is our electronic learning, our e-learning or online training, whatever you'd like to call it. As you can see here, we have all of the training modules. These may vary depending on who you work for. We may have made custom content for your business specifically. There may be that you're only doing a few modules, but you're logging in once a quarter. So you may be seeing this in a few different guises. The training's pretty easy. Each one of these modules is designed to really take no more than 10 minutes to complete. All of the questions in here are multiple choice. So again, should be pretty easy to complete. If you do get anything wrong, don't worry, the system will tell you and you'll be able to have another try at that question. Please do read the content carefully. I know it is an easy thing to try and skip through stuff, but there is some really good information in here, and everyone that we've had do this has had really positive responses in terms of having learned something new or reminded themselves of something that may have once been forgotten. So this is pretty simple. You also won't be able to select a module if it's out of order. So you have to do these modules in the order that we have set. So again, the system will remind you of that. And again, it's pretty easy. You click through onto this. The system will load for a few seconds and then it will bring up the content. The intro module, as you would expect, is just a pretty short introduction. So we'll come through here. Now also just for your knowledge, you can complete one module, so you don't have to complete the whole training section at a time as long as you complete the module that you're in. If you do leave a module partway through, you will lose the progress in that module, but provided you complete a module, you can dip in and out of this within the bounds of obviously getting it completed by the time your business has requested. And again, you should have received some communication about when the expectation is to have completed the training by. So that is everything. What you will notice in here is that this training assessment, angry little exclamation mark, will remain until you have finished all of the training modules. So again, we will be providing reports to your business and your business will also be able to check in terms of their administrators on who has and hasn't completed training. If you do have any issues with any of the content or any of the system stuff, please get in touch with us directly. Or get in touch with your central administrator, whoever it is in your business that's told you need to do this, and they'll be able to have a way to get in touch with us as well. So look, thank you very much for your time. I hope you enjoy using the system and take some good learnings away from the e-learning content, and have a lovely day. Cheers.